so glad you could join me today. Today I thought we could do a more subtle but interesting and simple painting. It's a weird combination, you know. Um, so let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While you're doing that, let me explain to you what I got done up here. Why am I gonna explain it? It's just a blank canvas. I'm so used to saying that. That's the problem. I'm used to telling you guys what I've done, but today is gonna be like the last video, I believe, where I just put oil on the paint. And I think that's gonna be the new technique that I'm gonna start using for the videos, using oil paint and then just adding a little medium onto the paint to thin it out and let it spread evenly, like if you have liquid white, liquid clear, whatever, without having to spend on those products. I'm trying to help you guys do paintings the most simplest, cheapest, everything. I want to help you guys build up that experience. So let's just get started with today's painting. So as I was mentioning, we have a blank canvas and I have my oil to the side to put on the paint. Other than that, there's nothing new to it. I'll be trying out this technique for longer. Dry canvas, but just a little medium into the paint. See how it works. But yeah, let's get started with today's video. I know this was probably a long introduction. I'm sorry about that. I have a little mess on my palette, but it's still more neater than last video. I was able to clean up my palette a little bit. So, dip my brush in some oil. Now, when I dip my brush, it's very little oil that I want to get because the oil is so strong. And I put it to the side just so it won't be too much oil. And look how thin it brings it out. So just tap. It brings it out pretty thin. So I just tap some paint into there. And I think somewhere right here. Just get crazy with it. And the reason why it appears so dark is because there's no liquid white, there's no medium, as I mentioned, and I'm just putting clear medium onto my paint. And that just allows me to move it more easier, but it's not changing the color. If I wanted it to change colors, I would still be using liquid white. Which, liquid white is pretty good, but I want to separate myself from it. All my painting use liquid white, liquid clear. I think I even filmed one where I was using liquid black. I've used liquid black before, but that's more of a beginner's level, I could say. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a professional artist that's selling paintings for thousands of dollars. But if I just stay in that spot, then I'll never improve my skills, never test them. So that's why I left that behind and I want to try out this. So some titanium white. You could tell it pollutes the paint. It doesn't matter. Something like so. I'm thinking about doing a live stream. Live streaming a painting. But I don't know how you guys would take it. So let me know in the comments. I've been getting more comments. And I thank each and every one that's been commenting on my videos. And thank you. Lets me know I'm doing a good job, how I'm doing. Sometimes I'm not even motivated, but That just kind of motivates me to see everyone who watches my content be satisfied. Makes me happy. And I want to be happy. I want to make all of you happy. So let's go into some phthalo blue and sap green. Maybe a little even mountain mixture, just to darken up that green color. Same dirty brush, and we're gonna come up here and just tap in with the corner of the brush. You could use the whole brush, but I prefer the corner. Somewhere around there. Let's get it somewhere here. Now, I forgot to add in water at the bottom, and I don't want to use a 2-inch anymore because I just simply don't. I don't have a good reason for it. I don't really want to do it. So some medium to thin out this paint, because as you can see, there's not enough medium. Maybe even a little green. I'm just mixing up a blue greenish color with some white as well. Just put it on canvas. Just working that paint. And try to pull some stringy lines like so. The more straight you can keep those lines, the better it'll look at the end. So I'm just coming back here, back and forth. Lots of times I don't have motivation, or sometimes I don't even want to film these videos. Don't get me wrong. I love painting. I love filming. No one's telling me what to do. But sometimes I'm just so tired where I just want to sort of just relax, not do anything, not worry. And then I see some of your comments where it's like, nice job, good job for the content, respect the content and everything. That brings back the motivation and kind of makes me want to do it. And I thank each and every one of you who's commented on the paintings, or on the videos I should say, because sometimes you guys are the inspiration I just need. So I'm just adding some white, blending it out for some, just like so. And we gotta do the same for the other side. We can't just leave the other side. Are you guys having fun? Have you guys tried out one of my paintings? I hope you guys try out a painting. I feel like that would be the greatest honor, someone doing a painting inspired by me. That would be the goal. And I want to do a video of me teaching a person how to do a painting. Maybe that'll be an interesting one. Test out my teaching abilities. you could say. And it's just some, all I'm using is some artist medium, not using um, liquid white or none of that. I think something like that should be good. I'm gonna go into some white. Okay, and simply just go back and forth. I'm testing out new things. In order to know what works and what doesn't, you have to try out new things. It's like when eating food. When you first eat the food, you don't know if it's good or if you don't like it, if you like it. You don't know. You have to try it and you have to come out with the results from there. And I'm just putting in a little bit more blue just to sort of contrast that light area. Just contrast. And blend it by going back and forth. Man, that took a while. I hope you guys are still watching and interested. Alright, now I'm using the whole brush. And I want the land to come out like so. When I painted the dry painting, no oil, no oil on the canvas, no oil on my paint. That one was an interesting one, although it was a bit more time consuming. That one, the colors wouldn't, um, they wouldn't pollute each other. Like highlights are going way easier, shadows, everything. Alright, I'm just pulling my 2-inch same dirty brush through some cadmium yellow. That dirty brush will make it green. Let's come up here, and I think it just goes off here. Oh, and before I forget, just pull some reflections. Again, these are your paintings. You gotta choose how you want them. I'm just here to tell you how I do them. And you can get your inspiration from there. Now I'm trying to do my best to, well, I already put the process in, to put different angles so you won't just see the back or the front, whatever, but rather a side view, another side view, and this one right now. So you could see the different angles and all of that. And maybe that way you guys can learn better. And just like that, we have some grass. And notice how I keep some of that dark in there. It helps do a contrast. Now I'm gonna go into some mountain mixture, pull it out, and then some Van Dyke brown. Little bit of both. Heck, maybe even some dark sienna. Okay, cut a roll. Let's make some dirt in here. When you're painting, it helps to listen to some music. It puts you in the mood you're in. Helps you helps you with a bit of everything. But the only reason why I don't put music is because maybe People might not like the taste of music I have, and that's not a big major problem. But also, then you might not be able to hear me, which is more important. And if you can't hear me, you can't hear how I'm explaining it. So some dark sienna and some white, leave it marbled. Cut a roll. And when you leave it marbled, you give different colors. You get different colors. I said you give, just lightly, just like so. And already we have our first layer of land. Now, let's simply just, let's go ahead and paint in that old tree that lives in the far. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but you will now. It's just an old tree living there. Just in the distance, just minding its business. I really want to do a live stream. If I do a live stream, I might just do it on my birthday. I feel like that would be an interesting one to see how I'm feeling, how the painting will come out, and all of that stuff. Which is next Thursday. Just brushing in some highlights. Just something simple, something where you can notice it. Something like so. I'm gonna leave that brush to the side, which probably isn't the best idea, but hey, it's an idea. That's a good start. So, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get one of my better brushes, pull down, and go across. Make it look like more reflections. Pull some, I have this blue white color, and how I do my water lines is just touch and slide. I don't like to use liquid white. That never worked for me. Even after hearing tips and tricks, it never worked for me for some reason. At one point, I started blaming the liquid white. I said, well, it's not my fault. It's not working. Said, it's the liquid white they sent me. Okay? Simple as that. Now, I'm gonna go through that dark tree color with my 32-inch brush. And let's pop in a bush. You guys rarely see me doing this with the 2-inch. I'm not the best, but I could work with it. Okay, just putting in some reflections, that's all it is. And simply just grab, pull down. go across, and just like so. So the brush we use for the water, I'm gonna go in through straight cadmium yellow, maybe a little sap green, maybe a little more. Oh, yeah, that's a nice color. Let's come up here, just touch, no pressure. Shouldn't take much pressure in order to get those highlights. If you're putting so much pressure, that means you probably have to thin out your paint. Certain colors are thinned out to a degree so it could be made easier. That's why I rarely put um oh, there's a firecracker. That's why I rarely put liquid clear or medium when I'm painting bushes, because the colors are thinned out. But sometimes people have to thin out their color. And I'm just reflecting that color, just the general shape. Just want some nice reflections there. And you have to be satisfied with it. And I'm just same motion, just the opposite direction. And all I do, grab, lightly pull, lightly, lightly pull across, just like so. And like that, you already have some nice bushes. Let's lay in some dirt. My hair got in the way of my face. And just some little dirt. Some dark cyan and white. Look at all that marbled color there is. There's some spots that are lighter, some that are darker. It's just it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Just pop out some of that bushy color. I don't like the straight line. I call it the straight line look or effect. I just don't like the way it looks. Maybe some people like it and they want to keep it on their paintings, but I'm not a big fan of it. This one has some nice colors. Usually I don't do bushes like this or reflections like that. So this one's nice, special one. 3 hairs and some air. Just a delicate touch. And now let's go ahead. Let's pop in another bush. This time it's gonna be right here. You know what? I don't think that bush should be that from that high to that low. I don't think I don't think it looks just right, so I'm gonna put some land. I'm gonna actually make this come out from the corners. Okay. And so now I could load my 2-inch with some cadmium yellow and just tap some grass. just by tapping the brush. It's almost like you're laying your brush flat like this, but at a slight angle and just tapping. Just tapping. And you could create the angle you think belongs or what would suit your painting. Okay, just like so. A little bit color, just a little. Okay, now let's make a path. Since we have dark color, I think I could get away with it with not putting. Nope. You see, you try and you learn. I'm just mixing up some more dark color, which is Van Dyke Brown and Midnight Black. Just like so. Okay, just fix up that straight line a bit. Again, prefer everyone chooses how they want their paintings. If we all painted the exact same way and we painted the same things and everything, painting wouldn't be fun. That's why it's so good that everyone thinks different and everyone says, well, I don't want that. And before I go further on, I'm gonna actually put in a big old tree. So again, with my flat brush, maybe this tree just comes here. Something like so. I'm gonna add a touch of oil just to thin it out. To make it easier. How much? Okay, I'm about to end it either way, so we're good. Let's get our palette knife, mixing up more dark sienna and white. Just touch and don't really think about it. This will add texture to your tree when this dries up. So that dark color will mix with the dark sienna as our shadow. Just mix up a whole bunch of colors. Now, if that were to happen, you could just scratch off, load up some paint on your brush, and just tap in that color. And that's it. Simple as that. Pop in a couple more bushes, and we'll be done with today's painting. I want it more green. I really hope you guys try this painting out. It's an interesting one, pretty simple, doesn't have too much things to worry about. And if you give it a try, send me a photo. I'll put my Instagram right somewhere along the screen, and that way you could send me a photo, and I could see what you guys are up to with this. Well, I really hope you enjoy this painting. This painting is how I said, simple, interesting. It works with layers, and until then, or until next time, I like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck with this technique, and I wish the best you can possibly get for everything you have dealing. And take care. I'll see you.